We've got a $25 donation from Sarah Junkin in the Trunkin, saying so excited for the Enter the Gungeon run, hoping for as much chaos as possible. Smiley face. Sir Junkin in the Trunkin, your wish is granted. We are ready for the Enter the Gungeon Rainbow Turbo All Floors race between Rad and Dan the VP. Let's take it away.
Into what's going to be an amazing, hopefully, if not chaotic race.
Oh, yeah, it will be chaotic. Don't worry.
I am Dan the VP.
I'm Rad Ringtail. The one game I've played longer than Tunic is Enter the Gungeon. Commentators, awesome commentators. Please introduce yourselves.
My name is Dr. No. I'm not nearly good at this game as these two gentlemen are.
And I'm Lokai. I just am here to watch.
He's got the notes, which is like the entire Wikipedia.
Yeah, Leeroy is the official note.
But if you're not familiar with this game, it is a top-down, bullet hell, twin-stick roguelike.
Yes.
Did I get that right? Okay, so you're in for a treat.
Oh, my turn. Okay, so there's a lot of words on our category title, so I'll cover all floors. So any percent in Gungeon is like 5 procedurally generated floors, a boss, and it's over. If you do a bunch of the game content, you can unlock a secret, harder floor, and that's like the ultimate ending. We're gonna insert like 4 other floors as like secret floors from 1, 2, 3, and 4, so we'll get 10 whole floors, and so all floors, as it were, and we're gonna meet a rat, and I'll leave that as a surprise. But there's more words in the title. I'll let Doc cover that.
So here are some things we're adding on here. We're doing a turbo mode run, which means everything is going to be 30% faster than your stock standard Enter the Gungeon. We are doing a rainbow run, which means at the beginning of each floor, you can see here, we have rainbow items here. Our runners will get 1 rainbow chest per floor, and that's it. They will get 1 item per floor to do the entire run with. There we go. We also have agreed on some house rules, so we are not going to be picking some of the more broken guns, like the AWP or the finished gun. We're not going to be picking sense of direction, teleport prototype, or any other sort of teleportation-focused things, just to kind of make things more fun and more interesting for y'all.
Yeah.
And both players are going to be playing on controller, and we've actually loaded some safety and some seated mods to help just things make a little more consistent for the 2 runners.
Now, speaking of seeded mod, we will have the same floor generations and hopefully bosses, but as you can see, our item pool is like completely different. So there's still gonna be plenty of RNG, plenty of improvisation. We're gonna be reading the map as quickly as we can, and we're gonna have to react to whatever items get dropped. So we're not even gonna start with the same gun. So.
No, we're not, and that'll make things even more exciting. And we've agreed, there's some things that, you know, we have some safeties in places, and if we have to use them, we'll have our commentators keeping us honest, and we're both going to be giving up $50 a piece, I think is what we agreed on.
For every major mistake.
For every mistake? All right, so it'll be costly. It won't be run ending, but it'll be costly.
Yep.
Y'all ready?
I think
I'm
so.
ready.
All right.
Good luck, Dan.
Let's go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so right off the bat, we have a little extra homework we have to do. Because we're doing all floors, we have more requirements asked of us for these, especially these first floors, to unlock the second floors that we're going to be going to. So here in the first floor, the Keep of the Lead Lord, we were going to find the boss and we were going to beat the boss. We are also looking for a fireplace. When we find the fireplace, we're going to put the fire out and click a little switch that's happening right behind the fireplace. On top of all of that, we're looking for keys. As you can see, Dan has already picked up a key drop, and that's big because you need 2 keys to enter the secret floor. Yeah. Rad just got a second key, so that is actually
fireplace room, no less.
Yeah, that is actually a very big move for both runners who already have 2 keys. It means they don't have to buy one, and it means they don't have to worry about getting one at the boss, which Dan is about to enter right here, and it's our friend.
Our friend the bird, the Gatling gull.
Oh, great.
He is one of 3 bosses that can show up at the end of floor 1. And as you can see, he is a giant bird, and he's got his Gatling gun. So he is going to shoot a lot of bullets at you. He's got a fair amount of health, and he can actually show up in about 8 different arenas for the final room. So.
And there we go. There's Gatling gull down.
And making fairly short work of that and picking up the master round, I believe, from not getting hit. So that will be important later.
Rad entering the Gatling gull fight Rad picking the raiding coil, which is a really fun weapon, but here at the beginning, that's going to be a little bit of an issue because the DPS on bosses with the raiding coil is a bit slower than some of the other choices you might see. So it is a strategic choice. Rad will be able to clear rooms much faster with the raiding coil, but we're going to have to make up for it. And please, we all donated to see Sir Junkin. Can we please give a round of applause for Sir Junkin?
Yeah.
The best boy,
Yes.
doing the best work.
He is the goat of the Gungeon. You may see the runners breaking open some chests with weapons as we go along and picking up more junk. The more junk they pick up, the stronger Sir Junkin will become. So that should be interesting.
This is really
see.
close. Both runners entering the oubliette at roughly the same time. And Rad getting Andromeda's strain. That is a very, very good drop. And picking up numbers. Okay, so this is the fun thing about rainbow runs. You get one item per floor. The chest will drop 4 guns and 4 non-gun items, one of each rarity level. So while you only get one choice at the beginning of the floor, you're guaranteed for 2 of them to be incredibly rare and potentially very powerful pickups. And both runners have picked up very strong items to carry them through the oubliette, which is a major step up in difficulty from the Keep of the Lead Lord.
Yeah, absolutely. Rad, how does that Gundromeda strain that you pick up help you here in this level?
Well, it drops enemy health by 25%, which is going to be great because that also cuts into the boss health, which we're capped for DPS. So
this is a really good...
okay.
Okay.
I don't see anything.
I didn't... So our extra goal here in the oubliette is to find the crest, which Rad may or may not have already done and just kind of moved on from. The reason why Rad would not have wanted to pick up the crest will come apparent hopefully a bit later. But right now we are still looking for the boss of the oubliette, the Blobulord. But we'll talk about the Blobulord when we get to him.
Yeah, and so while they're both going through the oubliette here, enemies with quite a bit of health, this is probably a decent time for a quick donation, JD.
Yeah, absolutely. We have a $50 donation from Doobie that says, have a blast, Rad, and make sure to keep Junkin safe. He deserves to beat the Lich on the GDQ stage. Let's go.
Amen. Amen.
I'll do what I can, but thank you.
Can probably do one more quick one as well.
We have a $100 donation from Island that says, I've stayed up late to watch you race, Ringtail, so you better win, or I will unleash an unholy squeakening upon you. Best of luck, buddy.
Dude, that's some pressure, Rad.
That is a lot of pressure
I know.
on you.
But Dan, I believe in you too.
Thank you. That is the encouragement that will see us through to the end of this run.
Rad reaching the boss now of the oubliette, our good friend the Blobulord. Now you may have seen some other smaller blobs throughout the Gungeon so far, but the Blobulord is the leader of that army. He is actually the 4-star general, having absorbed the power of 4 complete stars to obtain that rank. So he is very powerful.
Yeah, and if you didn't know how star generals became star generals, now you know.
And knowing is half the battle.
Why? Great.
So that Andromeda strain is doing work right now because the raiding coil is now effectively fighting a 25% less health boss than Dan is going to be in this run. Dan picking up the AK-47 to start the run with, which is a bit more of a powerful weapon, but also allows Dan to not have to deal so much with locks because it is the AK-47. But Rad over here has taken out the Blobulord, has picked up the crest, and is moving down to Gungeon proper, floor number 2.
Let's see what he gets from his rainbow chest here.
Oh boy.
That's
Okay, sure.
Oh, yes.
I have nothing to say about this pickup.
We will smile, nod, and we will move on. The goal of floor 2 is to find the altar first. You'll notice that Rad picked up the crest. Dan just now picked up the old crest. If you get hit while holding the old crest, you no longer have the old crest. It is gone. It is immediately lost on any hit you receive. So both runners right now are desperate to... we have a Gundromeda strain for...
Okay, all right.
This is a fair and balanced run. We love to see it. But yeah, don't get hit with the crest or else you lose the crest and face great shame.
Yeah, I also see him... Well, I'll keep it to myself.
You don't want to share some insight?
You're not going to like it anyway, so...
Is it mandatory platform? Oh,
Oh, Red taking a little gamble here going into the boss with the crest. Don't see that too often, but our Beholster here, reference to a Beholder from D&D, beauty is truly in his eye.
Shout out to the Baldur's Gate 3 run coming up later in the marathon.
But Gundramada's still working on the Beholster here, Rad making fairly short work of him.
And Junkin just piling on the DPS. Let's go.
Junkin is brave, if nothing else.
So that is Rad's, I believe, second master round.
Yep.
So master rounds are important for a couple reasons. One, you get extra health for having them. Two, you actually need one for progression a bit later on in the run. So it is very important to get at least one as we get some more junk for Junkin. And
Rad is going to go through the... Oh,
I'm not sure. Yeah, like...
That's the UG. I know. I thought it was platforming, but it's mini boss, isn't it?
Maybe.
Or both.
I see the icon.
you see
on
the
my
pain.
screen,
You feel it.
Yeah, so both players still looking for the altar room here.
Dan picking up the... Oh, no.
Well, we're going the mini boss now.
Okay, Rad picking up another piece of junk and finding the altar. So he is going, having beaten the boss.
I'm done the boss,
and picked up the rat key for the next... you saw him pick up that gnarled key from the shop. That's going to be important later.
I got the map.
These are some choices you were facing here. You'll notice that Dan, in fact, did lose the crest because Dan took a hit to the hardest boss in all of Enter the Gungeon, platforming. And yes, falling off a platform counts as a hit as it relates to the crest. So remember we were talking about earlier about major mistakes?
Yeah, I think that would be one
That would
for-
qualify.
Okay. No, that's fine.
But
You okay?
Rad going through the Abbey here. The Abbey is basically just kind of another extra floor. Not a lot of extra to actually do in this floor, just enemies with lots of health, a boss with lots of health. So JD, I think this would be an excellent time for a couple donations.
Absolutely. Happy to share. We've got $10 from Leeroy saying, hey all, beta tester of Gungeon here. Great to see everyone running it and tearing through all that difficulty we built up. May the dragon miss all his attacks. That's right. Time for one more?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead. I have to refine what I want. We have a $100 donation from Leeroy saying,
Well, hello.
hello, it is I, Leeroy. Did you know that I slowly moved up my way up from the audience at AGDQ 2020 to the back couch at AGDQ 2024 to commentating, sort of, for Rad's Gungeon Run? Lots of love from Birdo, Ray, and me. Good luck, and go Sir Julian Junkin.
Thank you, Leeroy.
Thank you, Leeroy.
So
you, Leeroy.
Let's get some claps for Leeroy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's go. So Rad is right now fighting the Old King. The Old King is the older version of the Bullet King, which is a boss we could have fought in floor 1.
That's true. And this one has a merry old soul.
It's true.
What?
I didn't hear that one in practice.
You did not. I had to save some for
We gotta
the
keep
actual
something
run.
in the tank. You're seeing right now the Old King fires these black bullets, and Dan is running into some of these black bullets as well. Those are jammed bullets. When we get to a higher level difficulty in the game, there is a chance that enemies will fire these jammed bullets. And if you get hit by a jammed bullet, that is an entire heart of health gone. Normal hits in Enter the Gungeon only cost 1/2 of a health point. Jammed bullets take the whole thing away. So when you see those black bullets, that's an extra incentive to just not get hit.
Yep.
Okay,
Rad going to the third floor here, and we're going to be looking for some very important little items here.
Yes.
So get your rat jams
If
ready.
you have rat jam, if you see rats, any rat emotes you have, crowd, if you see rats, let us know because we are looking for rats.
Found him.
Let's go.
Okay,
Yeah, let's
well-
go.
Thank
Nice-
you.
nice
That was very
quick-
helpful.
Yes, thank you for all the rats.
So we are looking for rats because we're trying to find the rat lair. That's our next secret floor. We only know where the rat lair is, where we find the rats, which, makes sense. So we find the rats, we find the trap door to the rat lair, and then we'll come back later once we finish the boss fight here.
Yeah, you'd think that they would keep a secret better, but they're just going to rat him out every
Just
time.
rat it, yeah.
That's 2 in a row that are new.
We've been cooking. I don't know what y'all been practicing. What do you think we've been practicing?
The last time I hosted, I was destined to interrupt Pun Train, so this is just coming back to haunt me.
This is on, yeah, thank you. This is Dan putting in some work against the Old King right now. This is still a very close race, like to be clear. Any one drop can absolutely shake and completely upend honestly, the loadout for both players right now.
Yeah, because the later floors, 4 and 5, both have multiple generations. Both are very long floors, so there's still
Dan getting through
plenty
the
of
Old
time
King.
for Dan to catch up. So
That
let's
was
get some-
hitless.
Oh, hitless Old King. That
Hitless Old
deserves
King
more
is fair.
claps.
I think
Absolutely.
that's double hitless.
Yeah, you do not get a master round for beating the Old King hitless. You get an immense amount of swag, though.
All right, where are the rats? No, I'm just-
They're different. We learned that during practice. We can be running the same seed. We can be running the same, drops, making sure all of that. You will get different rats for each player. So, like, the rats truly go where they wish. It is not up to the game. The rats just show up and dig their little trap hole for us to go into.
And I would say while Dan is looking, Rad just found the boss room. He's going to have the tread knot, so tanks a lot for that one.
All right,
You didn't even try.
that one I was ready for.
That one,
Yeah, well, that one, sometimes things are so easy, you just can't help it. Take it. And how could I not?
That's even worse.
oh, I just got that one.
So the tread knot is the tank that was left by the Hegemony, which is kind of an outside faction to the Gungeon when they tried to invade and destroy the Gungeon, but the Bulletkin took it over, and so now they drive it around. And
Junkin getting the last hit on the Dreadnought there, and no, I will not accept arguments to the otherwise.
Junkin is definitely the best boy here, so Rad is going to go down now to the rat lair while Dan is searching for his items and the boss as well. So probably a good time for one quick donation, JD.
Definitely. We got a lot of love in for those Pride Month donations. A $100 donation from Anonymous saying, last day of Pride Month, let's celebrate.
Absolutely. Let's go. All right, so Rad is entering the...
Oh, here we go.
Oh boy, the spice must flow, everybody.
It was destiny.
So Rad is entering the rat lair, and the rat lair is a very special floor. We have ourselves a lost wood situation. You can have any one of 4 exits to leave any of these rooms in the rat lair, left, up, right, and down. It is a unique path to the rat for each player. If you take a wrong turn, you don't get to fight the rat. Normally, over the course of your time playing, you will gather several clues to help you build out your personal path to the rat in the rat lair. This is a 100% save file, and Dan and Rad have both played this game so much, they've memorized their rat path, so to speak. So this just is gonna look like a normal floor, like compared to all the others. When you play this for the first time, trust me, this is not what this floor looks like. In fact, Rad is already through it and is about to ready to start the rat fight.
Right. And the rat, or the resourceful rat as he's known, is a 3-phase boss fight. Kind of progressing in difficulty here. The first place is just his normal rat, summoning in his cheese bullets. So we're hoping that neither the gunslinger or Sir Junkin here is lactose intolerant.
Oh, Junkin don't care. Junkin going for it.
I'm pretty sure Junkin is just, he's just up there with his little sword and his little shield, and he is rocking it.
Junkin doing work. And look, just like that, phase 1 of the rat is down. Dan, meanwhile, is finishing up Treadmont. So Dan is very close. So, of course, you fight a rat in phase 1. What do you get in phase 2? I mean, clearly, logically, we all know it's Metal Gear.
Of course. Well, he's resourceful. He did find that mech, I'm sure. Or build it, even.
He stole it.
Okay, fair enough.
So while Rat is fighting Metal Gear Rat here, JD, now is actually a good time for a quick donation.
Yeah, sounds good. We have $50 from Lolden that says, so happy to watch my favorite roguelite getting the Sir Junkin treatment with my favorite pals. Thank you so much for your donation, Lolden.
Could probably do one more.
All right, we have $25 from the Magician that says, turbo support for Rad and Dan the VP. A rainbow race is an amazing way to celebrate Pride.
That's right.
Let's go.
Absolutely.
All of us in the borough, so proud of you, Rad. So awesome to see you back at GDQ. Let's go.
Thank you, Magician.
Rad is finishing up phase 2, but importantly, Dan picked up one of those items I was mentioning earlier. Dan picked up the bracket key.
Okay.
So this race just got a whole lot closer. Okay, so phase 2 done. We fought Metal Gear. Logically, what's the next step, right? Everyone say it together. It's punch out.
Super Mario World.
Oh,
No,
Punch-Out.
that's later.
Punch-Out.
That's later this week.
Brad, are you going to pick up more spice?
I'm going to pick up a little more.
So this rat fight is important for several reasons. One, if you don't beat it, you get great shame. Secondly, you'll notice that the rat is dropping items. And there goes another spice. This is the one exception to the one item per floor rule. Anything the rat drops in this phase of the fight, you get to keep. And sometimes the rat drops a lot. Sometimes the rat drops a lot of stuff you don't want or need. Dan, meanwhile, taking a hit, but that's okay. And there goes the rat.
All right.
Big,
Big, because that is a tough fight.
that is a tough fight.
Absolutely.
That is at least a Bald Bull 2 level fight there. And getting rewarded with a whole bunch of armor, some cool stuff, and some more, 2 more spices.
See, so, yeah, the one thing about spice that is interesting is once you have picked up and consumed a spice, the items that spawn further on are more likely to be spice. And the more spice you eat, the more attack power and more speed you pick up, but you're going to start losing hearts.
Yeah, I'm at that stage now.
Okay, so yeah, I would probably advise against consuming
I
any
don't
more
know.
spice.
I think Rad has enough armor to make it last a
The
while.
spice must flow.
The spice
Let the
must
spice flow. I just got to sneak this one in. $20 from Willow Birch that says, as always, a coin for the Witcher. Good luck to the runners.
So the one thing that's kind of special about 4-4 here, the Hollow, is we're looking for a friendly person called the Cell Creep. We'll explain why when we get to him, but you've got time for another donation.
Dan's about to enter Punch-Out.
Sounds good. We have $100 donation from Umrog T-Burn saying, shout out to my wonderful wife. We started watching GD2 together 8 years ago and have loved every second. Here's to many more. Happy Pride and trans rights.
Trans rights.
Oh, I'm good.
So the Hollow is one of those floors where you can get lost in pretty quickly. It's a very long floor. There are ways for a lot of these that the runners will know that they're on the right path. So when we see that, you'll see Rad trying to look for certain specific room shapes, hallways to look for that really do kind of make things a little easier to read. So even on a floor like the Hollow, which can get a little out of hand at times, you still kind of have a sense to know where you're going. And just like that, Rad is entering the Kill Pillars fight.
Kill Pillars, animated pillars brought to life. Very,
Why were their bullets slow?
looking like the Armos Knights, and you are correct, because that's exactly what they're like. Even down to the last one, getting more health and going a little nuts.
We have a riddle of lead for Dan the VP.
Dan.
I have to drop. I can't have this much speed. I can't take that item.
And so here's our Cell Creep. We're going to give him 2 items and a Master Round, and that's going to allow us access to the last kind of secret floor, the RNG department.
Dan's scaring me. Like, I keep hearing.
Dan's build is starting to get very silly.
Pig. I could get another pig. Wait, what's the...
So this is the RNG department. It is the RNG department where all the good ideas for the Gungeon come from. And because it is the RNG department, you guessed it, there is no RNG in this level. The layout is the same, the enemies are the same. It will be the same for you, for me, for everybody, for all time. So yeah, Rad's played this level probably more times than we can count. So JD, if you've got some donations, now's a great time.
You bet I have donations. So we have a $10 donation from Taylor that says, never have I seen Gungeon like this. Wild. Shout out to my best friend and new husband, John. Can't imagine being anywhere else but sitting here watching GDQ with you. Hope many years of speedrun await us in the future. And the partner love just keeps flowing, just like that spice, right, Rad?
I'm not taking it.
We have $25 from 10,000 orbs.
Wow, that's a lot of orbs.
That's a lot of orbs, saying my partner and I have been looking forward to this race all day. Such a great way to spend our first night of GDQ. Let's go, Rad!
So Rad is fighting Aghanim, who is the boss of the RNG. He can also show up as a mini-boss, as the wizard Aghanim, as the herald to, you guessed it, Ganon.
Yep.
Cannon, the pig boss. But Rad making pretty short work of him thanks to Gundrama and all those orbital bullets that are just going nuts.
By the way, this is a helicopter fight on the top of a roof while it's snowing. Yes, that is a Die Hard reference. And canonically, that means Enter the Gungeon is a Christmas game.
That's fair. That's fair.
Dan finishing up the Kill Pillars fight and going to be entering the RNG floor, which, let's be real, Dan's build is silly.
But, Rad, you picked up shock rounds. What do those do for you?
Well, normally they connect my bullets together with some electricity, but for beam weapons, it doubles my damage, so...
That's, again, speaking of silly, this is why Rainbow Runs are so cool. One of the best things, though, about what we're seeing here is that as awesome as this is, and as so fun, and as so just silly these builds are, this is still only about like 0.5% of all of the content that has been going into Enter the Gungeon since it came out. This game has been around for a long time, and it is so loved by the people that play it. We are so grateful to the community. They have an amazing wiki where they capture all this information about the game, all the lore that goes into it. The community for this game is absolutely amazing.
There's so many great guns, so many great items, so many great puns in this game. It's just, yeah, it's a blast.
So this is the Forge. So if this were an any % run, this would be the last floor that Rad is on right now. And it is a bit of a beast. By the way, remember I said about Dan's run being a little silly? Yeah, we're already at Aghanim, and Aghanim's already at half health. This is going pretty fast. And we have a big shotgun. Oh, yeah.
Nice.
By the way, Aghanim is the only enemy in the game that is voice acted. And look at Junkin. Junkin, everybody please give it up for Sir Junkin. Absolutely going to town on Aghanim right there.
Rad entering the boss of the Forge here, the High Dragon.
Yes.
So we're sitting on his pile of shells. Dragon is a two-phase fight, and you'll definitely notice when the second phase begins. But again, our buddy Sir Junkin just up there with
doing his spin attack. Look at Junkin go. Spin attack, Zelda spin attack.
Yes, he is rocking it, and Rad just kind of
Rad's helping.
Through the dragon.
Rad's helping.
Yes.
Yep. I got my toothpaste.
So I'm going to have some photosensitivity warnings on my side of the screen.
Did you get blank bullets?
No, I got that gun that just makes everything explode.
Oh, no.
Which one? There's several of those in this game.
No, Rad knows the one I'm talking about.
Yeah, I don't remember what it's called, but...
So we're going to go into phase 2 of the dragon, and where you're trying to kill its heart, which the heart is just 2 bullets together.
Well, you know, if you notice, so are that player health is just 2 bullets on top of each other.
So the dragon and I are the same.
Inside all of us, there are 2 dragons, and one of them has sidearms and is sitting on a giant lava pile of shells.
That one is not me.
No. All right, so Rad is officially done with any % and is moving on to the last floor of the run. And yes, we have finally entered Bullet Hell. And Bullet Hell is actually a relatively straightforward floor compared to some of the others. There are hub rooms that have 3 spokes. 2 of the spokes lead to dead ends. 1 spoke will lead you down the right path. You make a few of those right choices, and you're at the final boss of the run. You make a few wrong choices, and you run into some dead ends. So what we're going to see here is Rad do his best to make very educated guesses as to which of the options is the one that will lead to the Lich, which is our final boss of the run. This is a very sort of it's something that takes like some experience and knowledge of what's coming up. But once you have that, you can start making some really educated decisions as to where to go. And
Bullet Hell, I think, is where you'll also see Dan's bracket key come in very handy, because a lot of the rooms in Bullet Hell have multiple waves, and one of the functions of the bracket key is that it prevents waves 2 and 3 from being able to spawn. But while they're just kind of going through these rooms, trying to find their way to Dragon on Dan's side and the Lich on Rad's side, there's probably some time for a donation or two, JD.
Absolutely. We have $100 from Bluetooth Tiger saying, I love watching you both make this game look so easy. This was the game I was most excited for today.
Aww.
Thanks for helping support such an amazing charity. Thank you so much, Bluetooth. We also have $250 from Matthias Silvers saying, a Bullet Hell? Trying to defeat Bullet Hell? I'm sure Rad and Dan can make it happen. Good luck to both our runners. Donation goes to Runner's Choice, which I believe was this upcoming incentive for Shinobi. Yep. That's right, let's get those incentives in. We're just $300 away from getting the Joe Musashi Shinobi run.
Oh, we can do that by the end of this run. Let's go. We can do that.
Absolutely.
All right, so Dan entering the second phase of the dragon fight, which means the true final boss platforming has now arrived. Meanwhile, there is some catching up that can be done here because I think Dan's about to look at
No, I don't have a great.
got the one side. Let's
That's
go.
good. That's
I
good.
think
Flat.
I think this is all 5 master rounds.
Oh, are you? So
Wow,
Are you,
okay.
Is that a flex? I'm
That-
sorry.
that's-
Moving the
achievement.
goalpost.
I mean, I think
Okay, Mr. Crest. Let's talk about your 5 master rounds.
And Rad is making his way to the boss of Bullet Hell now, the Lich. Again, another 3-phase boss, though you'd think it was a 7-year Lich. Somebody out there got that. Somebody out there laughs. So
I
that's
got
all.
it. I didn't laugh.
Well, okay, that's fine.
We are done with phase 1.
You can just leave now.
Yeah, Rat beat the first phase, so we're just gonna leave.
Game's over. That's
Yeah.
it. Bye.
Bye forever.
We can leave the gungeon. Oh,
GG's.
never mind.
I tried.
So this is the phase 2 of the Lich fight, and it's going to look a lot like the Dragon fight. So while we are taking out this very large version of the...
Close.
No
Almost.
flex on Rad's side.
yeah.
I tried.
While we're fighting this Lich phase, JD, if you have some donations, we'd love to hear them.
Sure, we have $50 from Dante that says, "The spice must flow."
We got 3 spices. I hope you burn through all of them here.
Good luck, Rad.
I
and
just
Dan.
wanted
Thank
to
you,
make sure
Dante.
this phase did not turn jammed.
This is a Junkin only fight from now on.
There's your 3 spice.
All right, yeah, you see how much Rad's health just dropped, but it's not really going to make probably too much of a difference at this point.
Junkin doing that work.
Junkin is the GOAT.
Junkin,
by
go for
far.
it. Junkin.
Yeah!
Junkin!
Junkin.
Time is coming up for Rat. Now, time is not when the shot is fired. Time is when the Gungeoneer is fired out of the castle. Yes, it will make sense when you see it. But we'll call time. It's coming up here in a second. And wait for it. Time.
let's go.
I jumped the gun.
Let's go.
Good luck, Dan.
Sub 30 minutes.
All right, which way do I go now? This is a co-op run now.
We're seeing this through. We can do this.
Absolutely.
I think I accidentally picked the right way, so.
Wait, did you say accidentally pick the right way?
Yeah.
We
If
need
you
more.
pick the wrong way first, then you know the right way.
Yeah.
That's-
Wait, hold up. What's that pig?
What pig?
Yeah, what pig?
Are you seeing pig?
You mean Aghanim or?
No, is that a pig? What is a pig doing on screen?
I don't know.
I don't know, but I hope you can bring home bacon.
I mean, I did.
Well,
We have a
Dan is-
$5 donation
yes.
from Anonymous that says, "Did someone say we want to avoid the pun train?"
Nope.
Sounds good to me. But puns have a place at Summer Games Dungeon Quick. Yes, that's right. Wait, hold on. We also have $100 from Smawman that says, "What is this? Mice Tyson's Punch Out? Where's Rat Turk when you need him?"
Bravo. That was beautiful.
That is a good one.
Also, if you're playing Gungeon and not making puns while you're playing it, you're doing a disservice to the game.
Yeah, it is Enter the Pungent after all.
At this point, we're just making Dan's
Well,
job harder. so-
with all the pickups Dan was getting, he had me sweating bullets.
Yeah. It wasn't quite
Rad.
enough.
Yeah,
Rad.
good job, Rad.
How
I mean,
dare
at
you.
least he has a shot.
He had that one primed and ready to go.
Locked and loaded.
JD, you're not helping.
I will say, while I have a moment, while Dan is cleaning up Bullet Hell, this game was supported with free updates years after its release, and because of that, we have a speedrun mode, we have a speedrun timer, we have an in-game timer that's very accurate. We use that for almost every category on the boards, and that means it's pretty accessible to run a lot of categories in Gungeon with whatever system you have. You can run it on Switch, PS4, Xbox, PC, whatever you got. I think there's even, or was, a Stadia version. I don't know.
You can't run on that. You can't run on that. I'm sorry to say.
Yeah,
One thing,
but no, go ahead.
I was going to say one thing I don't know if we pointed out with the gunslinger, the character that they were playing, is that throughout the game there are certain items that work well together having synergies. Well, as the gunslinger, you just automatically get those synergies for any gun you pick up. So that's why the gun that Dan has been using, the AK for most of the run, has infinite ammo. That is a synergy with the gunslinger. So it normally has an ammo limit. But there are so many guns that are like just not good in the general game that like are just great with the gunslinger. So that's why we have that.
Yeah, like
that
the flare
character.
gun.
Yeah.
Or the wind-up gun. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that like gets a huge boost with this character. And because of that, the character usually... Oh,
no, I'm just gonna hang out.
We're just hanging out. We're just chilling. No, we're bringing the Lich to us.
There we go.
While we're waiting, I want to give a shout out to Teddy Ross. Can we give Teddy Ross a hand? 6 years ago at SGDQ 2018, Teddy brought this to the stage. It was my first time ever seeing the game, and I fell in love with it. We hope that we did Teddy proud by bringing this game back to SGDQ, and I think I can speak for everyone when I say that Dan and Rad have done a phenomenal job bringing Gungeon up to the crowd and showing off how fun this game can be. So a big yes, please give a shout out, and again, a huge shout out to Teddy for being the spark that brought Gungeon to Games Done Quick, and inspired a whole lot of us to pick it up and run.
And to be fair, Teddy ran it when it did not have these modes and characters. There was no marathon safety mod. Like, I would not have been able to do that. So,
all right, that's round 3 for Dan.
Nice job, Dan.
And speaking of Teddy, we have a $100 donation from Tostador that says, I'm glad Enter the Gungeon is getting a second chance. Easily one of my favorite roguelikes. Thank you so much for that donation.
Thank you. Time is coming up for Dan here in just a couple seconds. Wait for the time, Dan. Great time. Let's give it up for everyone. Let's go. That was amazing, y'all. You both crushed that.
Were you
That was
sub 30?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what it was RTA, but yeah.
No, it was sub 30 RTA.
Oh.
That was 32? Okay, you were very fast. Okay. That makes me feel better.
I got good routing on floor 5. I think that cut a lot.
I lost my way there. I just want to say it's absolutely incredible to be able to play this game at GDQ, to have like the faith that the committee puts in us to like do this kind of roguelike. Huge shout out to the Rotbot who did like the lion's share of programming for like the modding that nobody had to see, but was there and is the reason we were, felt comfortable to submit this. Also, I'd be remiss if I didn't shout out Barbarous King, who like
acknowledge him,
forced this category into existence and still has a better time than me. Also want to shout out to Halantian and Third Wall, who have both helped me in the past and run this game with me in the past. And last but not least, to Jessica, my wife at home, and our dogs. I love you. I'll be home in about like 5 or 6 more days.
All right, before I end it, commentators, thank you so much for assisting. Do you have anything you'd like to say?
Can we give a shout out for this credits music? Because this credits music is amazing.
Yeah, I wanted to learn the rap so I could impress you all, but unfortunately, I cannot rap. So, and neither can Leeroy. But I have been Lokai, so thank you for having me.
And thank you for having me here as part of this. This has been an absolute treat for me.
All right, I have just a few more shout outs. So one, the active community, Hollow Gun, Napalm, Spud Gun, Wondrous, and Scuddy, our mods, thank you so much for keeping the community going the last few years. Dodge Roll, thank you for an awesome game. There's a really cool story written in Jason Schreier's book, Press Reset, about how they went from AAA development into indie and built this game. Worth the read, absolutely. Thank you, Hux, for getting me hooked on Gungeon again a few years ago. And thank you to the Bandit Bureau and Fastest First for being so supportive to me. This whole speedrunning adventure is still like a dream. Like I don't believe it. So thank you so much for the support. And last but not least for the shoutouts, GDQ volunteers. A hand for all volunteers. Cleaning crew represent. I cannot emphasize enough, like post-COVID or after we've been through all that experience, volunteering, getting involved in organizations has been like the bright spot in my life. And if you haven't tried it, please try it. It is so fulfilling. You get to help other people have a good time. You get to meet awesome people as well. It may be July now, but Pride never ends. And woo! And one more thing I'll say: if your hair is demons, then stick around for the next round. We got Bayonetta 2 coming up.
Let's go.
All right, that's it.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Trans rights.